Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Breaking Fingers Week 2 recap. I'm your host Bob Lucas, and sitting beside me is your commissioner and my co-host, Andrew Hernandez. Say hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Glad to have you guys back. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Our first game this week is going to be between Arrested Development and the Raging Gibsons. Andrew, go ahead and take it away with the highlights.
The opening matchup, Raging Gibsons versus Arrested Development. Aaron Rodgers stepping back for the pass, completes it to Jordan Nelson. He's running! Whoop! He's gonna score! Easy touchdown for Aaron Rodgers. Later on in the game, drops back has all the time in the world and unleashes a rocket! Touchdown to Greg Jennings. That's how you score points. That's how you win games. 21.62 points. 114 for Arrested Development, an easy win.
Oh, and a big win for Arrested Development this week. Nice bounce back, but it's not the biggest story in this game, now is it, Bob?
No, not at all. In fact, Jamal Charles has suffered a significant injury, and we brought our in-house doctor to tell us about it. Do you think it could be lupus?
It's never lupus.
That's right. It's actually a torn ACL. That's a bummer. Looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season. What do you think his options are at this point, Andrew?
I mean, it's tough losing your number one running back, but he does have some options right now. I heard there might be a trade involved against the odds. It would be Matthew Stafford for the running backs, Daniel Thomas and Mark Ingram. Both very good running backs. Let's see if they work out for him. But let's move on to the next highlights. We have Killer Dialysis versus
the Mandrakes. Got the all-star Darren McFadden. He's going to take it in from the 5. He's rumbling, stumbling, tumbling, bumbling, and he's in there for a touchdown. And then we've got another pass. This one's going to be from the 20 to McFadden. McFadden crosses into the end zone with ease. He's going to take Mandrakes to another win in week number 2. Wow. Mandrakes again with another big win. He was actually my number 1 pick in our fantasy football draft. Andrew, why don't you tell our fans a little bit about that?
Well, what we did is we actually drafted all the owners in our fantasy football draft. Let's take a look at the standings right now. Oh, looks like you're in the lead this week, Bob. In fact, I got a little trophy for you.
Thanks. I guess I'd like to thank the owners who I drafted for doing a good job. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and move right into the next game. It's going to be myself, the Templars, versus Against All Odds. Why don't you take it away with the highlights?
Here's a classic matchup between Against the Odds and Templars. Vincent Jackson is going to be found in the back of the end zone, just lollygagging. Boom! There's a score. Later on in the fourth quarter, about the 30-yard line, deep pass, sideline, touchdown, Vincent Jackson. What a big game for him. That's how you're going to win in this league. Not only that, you have the running back tandem, Sean McCoy and Jonathan Best. Here you got 2 touchdowns from them. Easy win. Templars, 128-92. Takes them to 2-0. Boom!
Wow, Bob. Big win this week. You have some really good running backs.
Thanks, man. Actually, I'd like to talk about that a little bit. Going into this draft, I knew that Detroit was going to be a winning team this year. I also knew that with Vic at quarterback, LaShawn McCoy had a good chance to get lots of touchdowns and a lot of runs that, Vic wasn't going to be able to do all the running because he's not a workhorse quarterback.
All right. Now that nothing really important is going on, I'd like to share some awards this week. First up, Worst Luck. And the first award for Worst Luck goes to the Gorillas. For the second straight week, faces one of the top scoring teams to go 0-2. Sorry. And the next award for Best Bench. The trophy goes to the Blue Hyenas. 61 points on the bench. You're doing it wrong.
And that's why my team is definitely going to the playoffs this year. Hey, Andrew, that reminds me. Don't we have an award to give out? Go ahead and roll the clip.
Maria, there may be lots of fish in the sea, but you're the only one I would like to mount over my fireplace.
In this week's pickup of the week, we've got the Lions defense. As you can see, they're going to have lots of interceptions, lots of forced fumbles, scoring Starman Jr. 21 points in this week's matchup. But our favorite play of the game, here you see Ndamukong Suh, he's going to get a big, nice sack right here. And look at that celebration. He's really getting into it. That's one guy who knows how to put on a show. Wow, man, pickup of the week. And that last play was a really nice sack.
That's true. I haven't seen a glorified sack like that since Lance Armstrong won the Tour de France. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. The Blue Hyenas versus the Montgomery Maniacs. Take it away, Bob.
In this next snooze fest between the Montgomery Maniacs and the Blue Hyenas, we've got a really low-scoring game. But as you can see, AJ Green does not want to leave the audience disappointed with this awesome catch to the corner of the end zone. Look at him fingertip the ball and bring it in. That's the kind of catch that's going to get you $1 million contract. Blue Hyenas with a goofy-looking face taking the win with 2 points. Man, that was a really close game. What do you think, Andrew?
It was a close game. If Montgomery Maniacs could just go back in time and change one thing.
Wait. Did you hear that?
Montgomery! You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future.
To change your lineup! Look, if you had only played Johnny Knox instead of Plaxico Burress, you would have won your matchup! Now to our next one, between I Died in Your Arms versus the Orlando Magic Cube. Andrew, take it away with the highlights.
Here we go. Orlando Magic versus I Died in Your Arms. Kevin Cole takes the pass. He's gonna get hit. Watch out, Kevin Cole. He gets it off. Larry Fitzgerald, like an angel from God, runs down the sideline and he scores. Look at the production from his team. Points everywhere. It's raining points for I Died in Your Arms. And he wins 115-92.
Look at that. I Died in Your Arms with the win that no one believed in. But he let everyone know about that, didn't he? Brings us to our Smack Talk of the Week. And that brings us to our final game, the final showdown between myself and the Gorillas. Take it away, Bob.
In this week's matchup of the week, you got Starman Jr. versus the Gorillas. And as you can see, it's going to be a two-headed monster battle between Peterson and Blomp. Here's Peterson in his first quarter touchdown. He gets in there easy and holds up the ball to show everybody what he's done. And here's him in the second quarter from the 20. He's going to run it all the way in. He's going to fall on his face, and that's another touchdown. But here you see in the third quarter, Blomp bouncing it back. He's going to have no problem getting it in there because nobody watches the Tampa Bay team. And then you're going to see another play here in the fourth quarter where Blomp runs it in easily, falls on his face again, and his teammates come over to ask him what the is going on. You can see with a ridiculous haircut like this and a well-rounded team, you're definitely going to come through with the win. So Starman Jr. moves to 1-1. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for this week. We want to thank you again for tuning in. Check back with us next time, and we are Breaking Fingers Recap. We got it.